Shalom, shalom, Akim. First and foremost, I like to start off by giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. I'd also like to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well in sincerity and charity, peace and salutation onto the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect and the 1/3. I'm the brother Yosef Barak, and we're going to be doing a lesson today, the Spirit. Lord willing, I pray that it's edifying and exhorting to those that are listening in. The title of this lesson is going to be along the lines of, we are already checked out of this place, seeking a kingdom to come. So we see more and more every single day that this place is not our rest. It is polluted, and it's just getting destroyed day by day. All right, this place is wasting away. We don't have clean water. We don't have clean food. We're getting taxed. All right, we have to go to the plantation and work for a lot of the brothers. So this is not our rest, man. And these people in the world, they're caught up on 401k and retirement, and when they're gonna have time off for their vacation. And we're over here, man, waiting for Lord Yahweh B'Shem Shai to come back swiftly and restore this place with this, restore this place, man. And in order for this place to be restored, it has to be destroyed first. And we're hoping for the day Yahweh B'Shem Shai comes back. We're seeking that kingdom to come. Okay, this place is terrible. This place is terrible, and the only thing that we have to look forward for is the day of our Lord's return. The only thing that gives us comfort is these scriptures, is this truth. Everything else is only temporary, man. It gives you that little temporary fix, and then that's it, man. You're feeling like shit again. And you have to understand that, man, that this is not our rest, all right? There is no riding off into the sunset here and things are going to get better again. That's not going to happen, all right? So if you still believe that, you got to examine yourself and prove whether you be in the faith. This is the book of Isaiah 65 and 17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. Exactly, Akim. All right, so all those former things, that suffering, that pain, those hardships, those tears, they're all going to be wiped away. You're not going to have to think about that again. You're not going to have to worry about that. All right? That pain that we feel, man. Even on the days where, it's not even that bad, man. We just still, in our spirit, just yearn to leave this place, man. All right? We're in this flesh, man, and the flesh is wretched. It thinks things that it doesn't want to think. It does things that you don't want to do. All right? And when we go into the kingdom of heaven, man, all these things in the past are going to be wiped away, man. We're going to be at peace and at rest. This is a book of Isaiah 66 and 22. For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, saith the Lord Yahweh, so shall your seed and your name remain. So, the men that are laboring fervently, that are doing the work and the will of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, they're going to remain. They're going to be remembered for all the works that they did. It's not going to be done in vain. And this is why we continue to push. No matter what, we continue to push to serve the Lord and show up every single day with diligence and endurance, because we're almost out of this place. All right? And we've been given that faith that's precious, man. The whole world can't have that. All right? The whole world doesn't have that. They don't even have the wisdom and knowledge to break down these scriptures. All right, but we have that. We have that gift. And we have to hold on to that gift, and with that, we have faith and hope in the things that are unseen. Hebrews 11 and 1. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So we see in front of us a kingdom that's going to be precious and everlasting. Okay, that's not going to waste away. That's going to be far beyond we could ever imagine. Gemstone floors, rubies, palaces, kingdoms upon kingdoms, mansions upon mansions, as the book of 1 John says. But we just have to continue to remain, man, stay rooted and stay steadfast, unmovable, okay, because we're at the end. We are literally at the end, all right? There's wars, there's tensions arising, the mark is going to be ushered soon, the chip, All right. And the devil knows, but he has it but a short time. And he's prowling. He's prowling like a roaring lion, seeking to whom he may devour. All right. So you have to stay steadfast, man. You have to stay rooted. You can't lose the mind frame of what your job is here, man, your role. And your role is to serve the Lord and to play your part. Okay? On the days that you want to, and the days that you don't want to, and your flesh is not feeling it, your body's not feeling it, you still have to show up and do the best that you can. This is the book of 1 John 15 and 4. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine, no more can ye, except ye abide in me. So we're constantly abiding in the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai for the spirit of comfort, peace, tranquility, knowledge, understanding, everything. He gives us everything. That's our lifeline. Okay, so without that lifeline, we're just mortal bodies that are without a guide. And the scriptures say in the book of 2nd Esdras, which we'll bring out real quick. 2nd Esdras 16 and 75. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh is your guide. So we have fear in the Lord, but that healthy fear that makes us always come back to him and abide in him. Because we know that, if we don't seek him, if we don't cleave onto him, then we're just going to be like deers, man, with our heads chopped off, man. Wandering. Like the rest of these people in this world, man, wandering till they get destroyed, till they get judged. All right, so you have to constantly cleave onto the Lord, man, and rely on him to guide your steps, to direct your steps, to be your guide. Okay, you got to do the will of the Heavenly Father. And if you do that, okay, and you're sincere, then you're going to make it to the finish line, man. Yahweh Ratazar, man, Lord willing. And that's a mindset that you have to have. You have to constantly endure. Okay, no matter what happens. No matter if it's a good day or if it's a bad day, you got to constantly endure. This is Isaiah 43, 18 through 19. Remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Let's bring that out in the AMP. Salaki Hakim, the little bit of a cold today, but it is, it is what it is. Do not remember the former things or ponder on the things in the past. Listen carefully. I am about to do a new thing. Now it will spring forth. Will you not be aware of it? I will even put a road in the wilderness, rivers in the desert. So the Lord is going to perform miracles in these times for the servants. He, the rest of the world, when they're suffering and when trials and tribulations are coming forth in Jacob's trouble, they might not have food, man. They'll starve out. They'll eat each other. They'll be like eating the dirt. But with us, man, if we have faith and we endure and we stick to the Lord, he could just drop food in front of our doorstep, or he can make a tree bear fruit that originally didn't bear fruit. The Lord could do miracles, man. He made manna drop from the sky. Okay, he cleared the waters. All right, how much more can he do now during these times? Especially during the hour of tribulation, hour of temptation. All right, if we have sincere faith, he'll make anything happen for his elect, for his chosen. Okay, and we're not supposed to ponder on the things of the past, the former things, our old life, our old ways, the old man. Put off the old man, all right? Because it's only going to choke you out, man. All right, and this is a message for all these individuals that are, hanging around 2/3. They're still doing things they shouldn't be doing. They're hanging around that woman they know they shouldn't be around. You got to get the fuck away from that, man. Plain and simple. We're almost at the end, man. If we want to get salvation, we can't have anything hinder and obstruct that. And like I said, I'm speaking for myself here. Family members, all right? A lot of us have to leave family members, man. All right? And it might feel tough at first. It might hurt you a little bit in the flesh, but it's all right because we're obtaining a kingdom. All right? We want salvation, man. And these family members are going to stop us from obtaining salvation, then we got to get rid of them. And I wanted to bring this out in the book of Mark. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it. That's Mark 8:35. So if you lose your life, if you lose having family all around you and respecting you, having a woman and a family, land, occupation, goals, careers, whatever the case may be, if you lose that to serve the Lord, you're going to find your life. Okay, you're going to have everlasting life. All right, you're going to have riches that you never even been able to fathom before. Scriptures say mansions upon mansions. And the Lord goes to prepare a place for us. If it were not so, he wouldn't have said it. Okay? So you got to be able to lose your life, man. Let go of your life. Let go of your old ways. For the sake of the Lord. Okay? For the sake of serving him. Because nothing else matters. Okay? It's the book of Psalms, 102, 25 through 26. Of old hast thou laid the foundation of the earth, and the heavens are the work of thy hands. They shall perish, but thou shalt endure. Ye all of them shall wax old like a garment, as a vesture shall change them, and they shall be changed. So we're going to be changed. We're going to have new bodies. New bodies where we're not going to be, having soreness and, just in pain, and you wake up on the wrong side of the bed and your back hurts for the whole day. You have a headache, whatever the case may be. Some brothers are going through minor things. Some brothers are going through very severe things and not even spoken about. We just endure it. But we're going to have new bodies. But we're not going to have to feel any of that anymore. Okay? Nothing. It's going to be complete peace. James 2:5, hearken, my beloved brethren, had not Yahweh chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom, which he had promised to them that love him? Lord promised a kingdom. All right. And you know what? A lot of us don't obtain, these crazy riches. And that's because the Lord knows that it could be a stumbling block. It could be a downfall. So he gives us, what we need according to our life. And if he does give us a home, or if he does give us a car or something nice, it's to help serve the ministry. It's to help, build yourself up to where you have the means to travel, help a brother out. You have a place to rest your head that's safe so that you can do the work inside of your house. That's all from the Lord. It's not based off your own doing. But we're not getting these crazy riches here on this side like these people that are not serving the Lord. All right, but when these days come, we're going to trust in faith. We know that the dollar is not going to be worth shit soon. We know that this society is not going to be sustaining itself soon. All right. So he gives us our daily bread, and we got to be okay with that, because it allows us to still be here, man, and to serve the Lord. If you had too much, then you would lose sight. You would get caught up in the choking of the lust of this world. If you have nothing at all, then that's not okay either for some brothers. But some brothers, that's their lot. What I'm trying to make here. Okay, but we're rich in faith, and that's more precious than anything. Faith is a gift that you can't buy. You can't go into the store and buy faith. All right, that has to be given through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. And during these last days, we should be doing everything that we can to increase our faith. Okay, for when the hour of temptation comes, we're able to stand firm, because you're going to need faith in order to stand. Okay, if you don't have faith and you get faint, if you get weary, then all the work that you did, all the things that you did before, just for you to fall off. No, man, you have to have faith to endure to whatever happens, man. Scripture states, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. And it's easier said than done. When that time comes, we'll have to really show up, okay, and do what we said. But it could be like that for some brothers. Some brothers might have to face get the guillotine or get shot, for the faith. But that's okay, because we're going to be transformed and have new bodies. This is just a mortal body that we're in, the spirit, right? And the scriptures say, let go of the immortal thoughts. So you got to, constantly, examine yourself and tell yourself sometime, are these thoughts that I should be really meditating on? Is it really worth it? Is it really helping me stay in the spirit? Because sometimes we go through that, man. One thing happens, we're going to work, we're doing, we have to, do what we got to do here, but there's a balance. You got to tell yourself, is it really worth it, pondering on all these things? Is this going to pertain to my salvation? Okay? 2 Peter 3:13. Nevertheless, according to his promise, look for the new heavens and new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. So we're looking at that promise. We're looking for the new heavens and new earth. And it makes me smile hearing about that, man, because this earth is going to be beautiful, man, when it gets restored. All right, I can't imagine how the food's going to taste, how the crops are going to look. We're not having Esau spraying on our crops. All right, I would see a fruit tree in public, and I would pick it, and people would notice, and the next day they would hire landscapers to just throw all the fruit on the floor. It's not going to happen in the kingdom. All right, we can't even enjoy a public fruit tree. They're just constantly being destroyed or sprayed. All right, chemtrails in the air. Our food has glyphosate on it. Our water's full of heavy metals. The wine in the kingdom is going to be, I can't imagine how it's going to taste, man. I can't imagine how the food's going to taste, how the fruit is going to taste, how it's going to look. It's going to be vibrant. It's going to be spectacular. All right. The words can't even describe how beautiful it's going to be. But we're looking towards that, because that's the promise that the Lord gave to us. All right. I know it can get hard sometimes. I know, our flesh could be beating us up, but we got to continue to look towards that, man, and march towards that prize. All right. That's what we're in this for. The good and the bad, man, we got to, still show up. All right. We're almost out of this place too. When thou comest to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Nothing was saying that it's going to be easy. It's going to be a walk in the park. All right. But the Lord knows what we're able to handle. He knows each brother's lot, each brother's amount of faith that they have. All right. And just trust in that and have comfort in that. The Lord won't give you a burden that's too difficult for you to, endure. That's comfort in and of itself. Oh, wow. I lost that. Don't store up. I'm going to bring this out. Matthew 6:19 through 21. And the NLT. Don't store up treasures here on earth, where moths eat them and rust destroys them, and where thieves break in and steal. Store up your treasures in heaven, where moths and rust cannot destroy, and thieves do not break in and steal. Whether your treasure is there, the desires of your heart will also be. So your heart, your mind, la'ab, that should be focused on the kingdom, man. The treasures in heaven. And we store up our treasures in heaven by giving alms in sincerity, by doing the work, by presenting our bodies as a living sacrifice. All right, we're not in the spirit of, obtaining all this gold and silver and throwing it into a safe. Okay, where rust can come in and moths can, moths can destroy it, thieves can break it and steal. I mean, how many times have you seen these worldly people, man? They have, closets full of designer, hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of designer, and then a house fire burns it. Or moths just eat their designer clothes. This place is corruptible, man, but what we're striving for is something that's incorruptible. Treasures in heaven. And we're storing up our treasures in heaven by continuing to endure and doing the work of the Lord. This is the book of Revelation 21:1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And this is the book of Revelation 3:11. Behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So you can't let anybody take your crown, anybody stop you from getting that crown, man. Okay, because we're almost out of this place. So whether it be family, whether it be co-workers or a woman, you can't have anybody hinder you. Okay, you can't get out of line. You can't act in your flesh no matter how much they do to piss you off. And like I said, I'm speaking for myself here, because there's a lot of demons around me, man. A lot of people that are trying to throw me off the course, they're praying for us to fall out. But that's why we got to continue to stand firm, steadfast, unmovable, and most of all, putting on our armor. You have to have all the pieces of the armor in order to stand firm, because these attacks get heavy. You got to be able to fight and deter the flaming arrows and take on that shield of faith, and most of all, pray. Pray that the Lord keeps you in this to the very end. Pray every single day. All right, but nothing is going to take away that crown, man. You have to fight to obtain that crown, man, no matter what happens. All right? So with that being said, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying and exhorting to your spirit. All right, we're already checked out of this place. Don't hold on to this place. Let go of this place, man. Look towards the kingdom. All right? And with that being said, I want to close out. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and salutation unto the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect, and the 1/3. Until next time, Shalom.